welcome everybody. It is Saturday Night Alive for you, the Global Peace Tribe. And I'm of course Love Coach Scott Katamas with my wonderful co-host, Kutira de Coster.
Aloha from Maui. It's a pleasure to be here and see all of you tonight on this show.
It is truly a very merry and Maui Christmas. And we do want to appreciate all of you who are joining us, and a reminder to keep yourselves muted to our panelists. Welcome. Well, we've done 90 shows. Deborah Giusti and I started the show on April 4th, 2020. We've done 90 straight shows. Thank you, Ava is giving me an appreciation there. And we haven't missed a Saturday night, and we're not going to miss a Saturday night. But I want to acknowledge that tonight is a special show. Of course, it's special because it's Merry Christmas. It's my birthday. Yes, my birthday is on December 25th. It's also the last Saturday Night Alive for a while. As Deborah has gone on hiatus, Saturday Night Alive is going on hiatus, but we will be continuing every weekend with the Awakening World. And I'll be talking about the Awakening World later on tonight. And the Awakening World will be every Friday night, replacing the Street Talk show, every Saturday night, replacing Saturday Night Live, and we'll continue to do the Sacred Sunday show. So we, the Global Peace Tribe, are continuing to grow, to expand, and it is wonderful to have all of you with us. And tonight we're going to drop into kind of community celebration, and it's a transition. I'm going to have different co-hosts, such as Kutira, and different co-hosts joining me. Upcoming weeks, we're going to have Kristen Hoffman and Larissa Stowe, the twin Ray, Andrew Harvey, all serving as my co-hosts. And I'm also going to travel more. So who knows, maybe you might want to bring me to your neighborhood. And just like a lot of our guests tonight are going to be coming in and sitting in and dropping in with us live, people that live right here in Maui. And I'm going to be doing more of that as I travel, certainly down to Southern California, to Oregon, to the East Coast. We're taking our act on the road. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we want to hear from you. So make sure you share with us your thoughts, your ideas. And let me tell you about some of the people who are going to be on our show tonight. Well, of course, Kutira and her magnificent husband, Raphael. Some of you may know Raphael from Music to Disappear In. He's going to be playing music for us. And so that's always exciting. And we've got Ava Park, who's with us. And we've had Ava on the show before this. She is. She's, of course, the creator of Museum of Woman and one of our favorite presenters. And, you know, I'm so appreciating that, Ava, you're willing to be with us on Christmas Day, this holy day, to share with us your thoughts. So it's good to have you with us. Thank you so very much. We are going to also have one of my dear friends who's right here in Maui. He's actually in the room next door, but he'll be coming and sitting in the chair. There he is, Greg Magic Bernstein, sharing some of his wisdom with us tonight. So we're looking forward to having you with us, Magic. And speaking of magic, we're going to have, dropping in a little bit later on, some of our favorite magicians. Paul Draper and is going to drop in and do some magic, and Sean J is going to do some magic. So we're going to have them dropping in. We have other friends dropping in. So you're not going to see everybody right now that's going to be with us, but of course, we always want to have great music. And so I knew that we'd have Raphael, but I thought, who is one of our favorite musicians? And I was so grateful that the great Johanna Beekman agreed to be with us on Christmas Day, Christmas night. Best birthday present I could have is we get music from Johanna. Love you so much, Johanna. Thank you for being with us. And she's going to bless us with a couple of songs tonight. So also, I just want to acknowledge that we have some of our favorite friends. There you can see Connie and Andrew and Susie and that wild Mystic Abbott Jerry. So we have a lot of fun people in our Zoom room. But we're going to start with a video. And Kutira, tell us a little bit about this video we're about to see, Aloha Mae, and what it means.
Yes, it's my honor. Aloha Mae means love comes. And this song we have created many years ago in honor of when the whales come back and give birth. And today is that beautiful birthday of Scott, the birth of Christ. You know, like we have birth and the birth within ourselves. And this song is about the birth we give to ourselves. So today, you giving yourself a new, bringing out who you are, what you stand for, what you embrace in your life. Now, the music is built, as you know, Raphael's music, with the undulation, you know, that natural movement. And that's why you see dolphins and whales in that little clip. And I thought you will enjoy it because today the whales are back here on Maui too. And Aloha Mai with love and giving birth to yourself and celebrating also my dear friend Scott's birthday. And may you enjoy that little video and dance and sing along in the chorus, you know, Aloha Mai, Aloha Mai, Aloha Mai. So that's the chorus, and you can just sing and chant with us.
And tell us who we see at the very beginning, your beautiful shamanic friend.
Yes, in the beginning is my kumu, where I studied the Hawaiian language, and Kumuhula Aureli Mitchell, which was my teacher in learning the hula and learning chanting and the song. And so this was actually in the beginning of a wedding I had, which Scott was present, and he chants in there, and he does the calling. So everybody on this magical day call up to love. Love is what really makes us grow. Love, what makes us connect. Love is what really brings us together.
So I do invite you, as you really drop in, this is such a beautiful song, and drop into the energy. And this is a wonderful way for us to start our show.
Ia ka pu'unui o waho nei la he ua, he ino, he anu, he ko'e ie, he kualoha e. Mahalo ke akua no ke ia kai me ka ho'olawe a me ka aina ma'o. A me na moku o Hawaii ne. Aloha mai, aloha mai e, aloha mai e, aloha mai, aloha mai e, aloha mai e. Aloha mai e, aloha mai e, aloha mai e. Aloha
brings back so many memories. We've been beloved friends since the mid-1980s. And so seeing all those images from different parts of life together.
And he was actually on that video on the beginning where you see the kahuna chanting. He had a blue dress because he carried on the barge Raphael in for our wedding. He was one of the barriers, and
That's right.
just had dark hair there.
Yeah, my hair was much darker in that sequence. And there was her father that she was showing how to undulate. That was Katira's dad. So we are going to do a meditation, and we're going to kind of carry this spirit of Aloha Mae. And Raphael is going to play music. He is heading over to his keyboard. There you can see him over there. And we're going to lead a little meditation, and really want to invite you to drop in. So find yourself in a comfortable place. And just allow my voice to gently guide you. And as you hear my voice, and soon you'll hear Katira's voice, Raphael's music underneath. Just start by tuning into our breath. Breathing at your own pace, but consciously breathing. Paying attention to your breath. In and out. The breath of life. Everything grows and expands and then contracts. And as you're breathing and feeling yourself, I invite you to tap into your own sense of divinity and what the Christmas might mean to you. Can you imagine, or have you experienced Christ consciousness, even for a moment? Perhaps you have a personal relationship to Jesus, the being who represented the Christ consciousness, who brought it in so beautifully. Perhaps you relate more to nature, and to this time that in the Northern Hemisphere, everything is darkest. And so we so appreciate the light, and we celebrate the light that's always available. No matter how dark it may be, we can find the light within ourselves. And again, a representation of the Christ.
And as you are allowing yourself to diving into this beautiful meditation of the Christ consciousness, imagine, what is it you giving birth today in your consciousness in this moment? And take the first thing what appears, the image, a thought, a word, a feeling. And as you are exhaling, your heart expands even more. And with your inhale, breathe in that knowledge. The wisdom lies within yourself. Celebrate this beautiful moment. Christmas Day, Christmas within yourself.
And I invite you now to feel your connection with our other imaginal selves that we connect with through the Global Peace Tribe. Imagining that we're all together in consciousness. We're all together in this planetary awakening. Each of us playing our own unique role. So imagine holding hands and looking at all the beautiful souls and beings that we get to wake up with. Thank you. We give thanks to our angels, our guides, those beautiful beings whose names we don't even know. We acknowledge the wisdom keepers that have lit the way before. We acknowledge the wonderful wisdom keepers that are with us now today in body, many of whom you see on these shows. And most of all, you. Yes, you. Thank you for being alive in this incredible time of transformation, for choosing love, even though you've been hurt, even though it's hard. Thank you. Thank you. Mahalo. Merry Christmas. Maui Christmas.
Happy birthday to all of you.
Yes. For every day is a new day, and this is the birth of a new time for us all. Thank you, Raphael.
Yay.
I'm going to go right into introducing Ava Park. Ava is one of our favorite presenters, and I'm so grateful to have you with us. And even in the beginning of the show, Ava, I've been watching you connecting to the song, to the music, and I'm just so grateful to have you with us. And we're eager to hear what you have to say about the Christmas.
Well, you have guided me to such a state that I'm not sure I can speak. Thanks a lot. You're so funny. Well, during the meditation, my beautiful cat, the evil genius Devi, decided to sit on my lap. So I guess he's going to help ground me and help me to speak. Oh, we are in such a lovely state. I ask the ancestresses of this land for permission to speak, ancestresses of the lands of everyone within the sound of our voices. And we are in this really lovely, gentle state this Christmas evening. So let's stay there. I am so delighted to know that I'll be experiencing more of Raphael and Johanna and Katira and you, Scott. Happy birthday. And Greg and Sean and everyone on this meeting call. What a divine way to spend this soft Christmas evening. It's dark here and it's raining gently out, and it just feels very sacred. So whatever is said in the next few minutes, let it just wash over you very easily and very gracefully, and take what you wish and let the rest just float on by like clouds. Scott asked me to speak a bit about Christ consciousness, and on this Christmas day, actually on Scott's birthday, we hear the name Jesus Christ, the name and the title. So it can be easy for many to assume that the phrase Christ consciousness has something to do with Jesus. And of course it does, but most of us, I think, in this gathering recognize we have the idea of Christ consciousness as universal, as beyond a single individual, that it's more about the ultimate truth of oneness. So let's feel that lovely ground of being that Scott and Katera and Raphael, that beautiful video. Oh, it brought tears to my eyes. So lovely. Really helped me feel the truth of it, that there's one consciousness in this multiverse. But we know that our culture is constantly telling us the story of opposites as if that is the only reality. And it's sort of like many people in our culture, I think not very many on this call, but many people in our culture carry around this sort of polarity stick. And I got this stick from the kindling of my fireplace. A stick has two ends. One end is one thing, and the other end is its opposite. And that is polarity. So this end is black, this end is white, this end is up, this end is down, this end is in, this end is out, this end is good, this end is bad, or this end is good, and the other end is evil. There's nothing wrong with polarity. We need to have it in a physical world. We need opposing magnetic poles for life to exist as we know it on Earth. We need male and female to create babies, except for parthenogenesis, but basically we need male and female to create babies. We need hot coffee and cold ice cream. Polarity is fine. Polarity is not a problem. Thinking that there is only polarity is, in my view, the problem, the challenge. Polarity is also related to boundaries. In the human physical world, we have to have boundaries or life doesn't work. In order for us to function in the human form, we need to know where our bodies end and where other bodies begin. Every cell has to have a boundary wall or stuff leaks out and the cell dies. So polarity, the two ends of the stick and the boundaries that hold them in place are not the problem. The problem is when we forget that this is the rule for the physical world only. The problem is when we live as if this is the only reality, the total truth. The problem begins when we behave as if everything is one of two ends of a stick. And so I think this kind of micro focus leads us to what I think of as possibly the worst duality of all, which is us versus them. And that's where much of America and indeed many parts of the world are today. Many of us have fallen into the trap of thinking that it's us versus them. We must be the good guys with the right idea, and all those people who think differently are obviously the bad guys, or at least the idiot guys. We've perhaps paid way too much attention to what our eyes see physically and not enough to what our heart knows. Many of us have forgotten the ground of being in the unseen world, which is oneness. Everything is connected, everything is one. We can feel the truth of that, but we are never reminded of that by our culture in our material world. It's up to us to engage in evenings like this with people like Scott and Katera and everyone else on this call. It's up to us to deliberately choose to remind ourselves of that truth every day, that there is oneness. If you take the stick with its two opposite ends and you start to twirl it like a baton between your fingers, and if you're a really good baton twirler, and I'm not, and if you could go really fast, you would see that the ends blend together to form a circle. If it was going really fast, it'd be a circle. You would see that the stick exists within an invisible circle that holds both polarities in one field. And I think most of you know that famous quote by Rumi, out beyond all ideas of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. I love that. So the stick with its two ends is held in a field that holds everything. And I think of Christ consciousness as that remembering that part of your human experience must be in the necessary duality of the physical, but that the totality of you is far, far beyond polarity, far beyond duality, and oneness is your ultimate reality. And I think most of the people listening already know that and agree with that. But a lot of people are angry with people who disagree with them politically and socially because they feel that the ideas of the so-called enemy are destroying their chance for a good life. That's literally what it seems to have come to for many people in America. The other is so wrong that they're not just having a wrong opinion, they are literally ruining your life. I talk to people all the time who think this way. So how do we move from one isolated end of the stick to seeing the circle that holds the field that holds everything, to feeling that we're part of this one field with the other group that seems not only so different from us, but some people think actively bent on destroying them? I think that we have to start at the ground of being, remembering that we are essentially all the same, because at the core, all humans have the same needs and wants. And remembering this is, I think, a really good place to start. And then some people might say, well, you know, Ava, that's fine to a point, but we can't do that with terrorists. We're not the same as terrorists who blow things up and kill people. We have a right to be angry with them, a right to stop them. And yes, we have a right to defend life in the physical world as part of necessary boundaries. This is not in conflict with Christ consciousness. It's important to remember oneness, even with people you think you can't possibly agree with. What is the same about us and terrorists? Terrorists have families. They want their families safe and fed, just like us. They want to live in a world that makes sense to them, just like us. So when we include them into the circle, the field that holds everything, the circle in our hearts, no, we don't have to let them continue overtly destructive ways, but just the act of including them as one of the one there is only one of may very well start a kind of alchemy that begins to heal the situation. It's certainly worth a try, because continuing to beat them in our minds with our correct end of the stick is not going to change things. In any situation of conflict, as much as you can, I think we should start by finding the common ground between ourselves and others. So we do live in this world where there's polarity. There are two ends of the stick. That's fine. We hold the boundaries we need to hold to protect life, but we also remember the circle in which the stick is held. It's a circle that holds everything, where everything is touching. and where everything is one. And for me, Christ consciousness is the remembering that part of your experience, your human experience, is necessary duality, but that your infinite consciousness and polarity is infinitely more, and your true ground of being is oneness with all. That for me is a little bit of what Christ consciousness is. Blessed be.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Eva.
wow.
Thank you so much. You know, I love that you used that Rumi quote, and that was on the cover of Marshall Rosenberg's book, Nonviolent Communication. And that really is it. It's part of the awakening world. Part of what we're learning how to do is to go out of that right, wrong, good, bad thinking, to leave the idea of enemy images, and to differentiate between when we have a problem with somebody, it's with a choice they've made or a behavior, but not with who they are as a being. And to see the divinity in all. And isn't that what Jesus taught us? I saw a great meme this morning that said something along the lines of, Jesus was brown, he hung out with lepers, he hung out with prostitutes. And so, you know, if you really want to honor Jesus, remember to hang out with those people. Those are the people, those are his people, right? And there it is. It's like, it was seeing this world with all the social media civil war taking place, right, wrong, all over the place, whether it's political division or vaccination division. And if we can learn to just acknowledge the differences without going in to make wrong.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, this was wonderful when you hold the stick and, you know, of course, you know, like the fire dancers, when they turn it and suddenly you see the circle
Yes.
very clear. And I always have to kind of like remember myself, it's not it's the awakened world where it's always the awakened heart. It's so close, the awakened heart. And with the awakened heart, when we can truly see the divine in each other and the being and not the doing of what brings the polarity, that is that oneness we can feel.
Thank
and
you.
Really, your words were so beautiful spoken. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to remind everybody that you can learn a lot more about Eva. She has created the Museum of Woman. And so that website, it's museumofwoman.us or us, I like that, .us. And there's some really wonderful videos here, how the Queen handles crisis, and the Queen teachings with Eva. So what does the Queen mean to you? When you reference the Queen, what's that mean, Eva?
Well, it's unfortunate that in this day and age, we have so many misconceptions about the Queen archetype, and that has made people shy away from it. There's a sort of patriarchal version of the Queen. I stood in a mall a few years ago, and I asked people walking by, what does the Queen archetype mean to you? And it was terrible. The Ice Queen, she who must be obeyed, with the you know, BITCH. I mean, it was just awful. And my research into the Queen archetype is virtually the opposite. The Queen is of the matriculture, the matriarchal culture. The Queen is not richer than anyone else. She's not more important than anyone else. She is not more privileged than anyone else. In fact, her job is to hold the center for the vision of the tribe, whatever the group is. And if she does her job well and holds boundaries to maintain that vision, proper boundaries, and if she has a spirit of shared good, whatever good we have, whatever this tribe has that's good, let's share it equally with all. There's no 1%. In a matriculture, that would be considered sort of mental illness, that one person would have so much and the rest would have so little. So to me, this is a a much more sane way to live. And that's the queen archetype. She holds the center. She's responsible for holding the center of the good values. And she does this with the least amount of ego that she possibly can. So the queen archetype, in truth, is kind of the opposite of the queen as we think of her in modern society. So that's what we work on. We work on showing women what we believe the true queen is and how that can help her lead her family, her community, her world to better balance, to goodness.
Oh, that's nicely said.
Ava, thank you so much for your wisdom. And I sure hope you'll come back and be with us frequently in this new year.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'll bring Devi too.
All right, there we go. We love our, I'm missing my dogs. Thank you so much,
We
Ava.
have one over there
Yeah, that's right.
and one over here.
Yeah, there we
Can
are.
invite- You
Yeah.
have Bravo and I'm hold Mochi. We have two little dogs in here.
I want to acknowledge you definitely carry the queen energy here beautifully with your so generous, so generous. I want to remind people a couple of things. If you're watching this on Facebook, come on into the Zoom room. This is where we can all interact here. There's wonderful Zoom chat going on. And I want to acknowledge all the people that are sharing beautiful things in our Zoom room. Thank you, Elena Joy and Jack and Rachel and Nancy, everybody who writes. So if you are watching on Facebook or on YouTube, come on into our Zoom room. It's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, register for season 7. That'll get you the link right away and you can come right on in. And then of course, we want to encourage everybody to register for the winter season for all 3 shows for all 3 months, and you'll get the links in an email to you. So come on in and join us. All right. You know, every week we have our wisdom jewels, and Jay and Jan do a great job of putting together the wisdom jewels, always on whatever the theme of the evening is. So let's take a look at this week's wisdom jewels.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Wisdom jewels. Wow.
And there's Jay and Jan who create our wisdom jewels every week. They do such a wonderful job. And go ahead and unmute for a moment, Jay and Jan. Merry Christmas. Thank
Merry
you
Christmas.
for every week putting together those wonderful wisdom jewels. And tell us a little bit about what's going on with Light Touch. You said it's free for Christmas. So how can people connect to Light Touch?
Well, you know, they can connect. Just go to the website, light, LIGHT -touch.me, and just hang out, look around. You know, we really want people to explore how easy it is to activate the law of attraction using light touch, it's a very pleasurable sensation, and the spirit responds to pleasure. You know, we all do. You know, the spirit does as well, because we're created in the image of the spirit. So, you know, anything that works, you know, I like to do light touch and call on the ancestors, you know, the friendly ones, and the angels, and, you know, higher beings, law of attraction. Just ask for divine appointments. You know, feel a good feeling, and just you send that to the invisible realms.
Well, and we're going to do a lot of Light Touch tonight during the after show. So we're looking forward to seeing you after show. And thanks again. Great wisdom jewels. The Shirley Temple one especially made us laugh. That was pretty funny, pretty cute. You guys, we'll see you in a little while later on tonight. Well, I invited some special friends to just drop on in. And I was especially excited that Sean Jay, one of our absolute favorite entertainers, said that he would be willing to drop in. I think that he's actually at his mother's, but let's see. There he is. There he is. There's Sean.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, Global Peace Tribe. Here she comes. Here she is.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Hey, thank you so much. And thank you for letting us grab your son for a few minutes.
Happy birthday.
Sure,
Merry
happy birthday,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry holidays. Merry everything. We're in a good, merry mood here.
It's my
Okay.
cousin's birthday today, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, you know, when the very first time Sean was on the show, and he said something about how much he appreciated his mother. And then when I was in Asheville, North Carolina, I got to meet you both. And so thank you, Mom, for giving birth to this wonderful young man who brings so much joy and so much love and so much fun to the world.
Thank you,
Thank
Scott,
you.
for having me.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate the support. Big
Really
time.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And
Anything you want to share, Sean?
Yeah, well, outside of this is our official birthday wishes. I want to try something with you long distance. I mean, you've seen me do magic through the course of coast to coast. Through the magic of Zoom, we can connect. And tonight, I don't have any special setup or any special props at all. And if I was a real magician, if I was a real wizard, I could simply ask you, do you have your phone nearby, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to take your phone. I'm going to send you a text message in a moment.
Okay.
Just give me one. Okay, so I'm going to, to Scott. I already, for those of you that don't know, me and Scott have each other's numbers. So I'm just going to do to Scott. I'm just going to say, please click this link. Okay, great. So I just sent you a link. Tell me when you get it. Just click the link, but don't, after you see the page open, don't do anything yet. Just kind of stop.
Okay, so do I click the link or not?
So you see a link. You see a link that came up in your text message, right? Yeah. So go ahead and tap that and open it up. It'll open
Tiny
it up.
house video. Okay.
Yeah. And just it's a link to a video, but just once you see it come up, just pause. Just stay right there.
I haven't started to play yet.
Okay, and what you can actually do is just show the viewers what we got here. It's a video prior to it being, it's kind of right. This is right here on YouTube. So, okay, so just pause right there and just kind of put your phone on the table, and we're going to get back to that in just a moment. I have a feeling, you know, I know you a little bit, and we've talked about your interests and stuff, but I found a video, and it's a video that I think will mean something to you. Is there you're a musical kind of guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like a wide variety of music.
Wide variety of music.
Okay. I don't know if maybe we talked about this or not, but is there a song in your head that just keeps playing over and over and over again, and you hear the lyrics and you see the artist performing the song, maybe a song or an artist that like everybody in the Zoom call would know, maybe something semi well-known-ish.
Yeah,
That would
well, there's definitely
publicly-
something that, yes,
that would be publicly available that I was able to find and send to you.
yes.
Okay. And you hear the lyrics in your head, right? You hear the artist singing that song.
Yeah, I was playing it this morning.
Oh, this morning, actually. Okay, perfect. And just to be very clear, before we go any further, we didn't have a discussion about what I was going to do prior to
No,
this. Is
I
that
want to say I have no idea where he's going with this, or, so this is all spontaneous.
good? Because this is going to happen live. So I have sent you what I think might work for this for the first time. So everybody here on the Zoom call is aware. What is the name of the song and the artist that just keeps playing over and over and over in your head?
John Anderson of Yes, and it's from an album he did called Three Ships, which is kind of his Christmas music.
Okay, is there a specific song on there?
Oh Holy Night. He does a version of Oh Holy Night.
So it's Oh Holy Night, just to be clear, by, what was his name?
John Anderson. He's the lead singer for the band Yes.
Okay.
And this is from a solo album he did.
Okay, Oh Holy Night by John Anderson. This is so, and we haven't talked about this song prior, correct?
Not at all.
Okay, I think now that everybody here on this call knows what's going on and knows what's going to happen, I think, Scott, what I'd like you to do is take your phone, and so you can see it, tip it towards the audience, and I want you to play the video that I sent you. Just give it a minute to load.
No
And
way.
Turn up your
No
volume.
way.
Turn up your volume.
That's it.
And it's a Oh Holy Night by
No
John.
way.
Yes, way.
That's it. That's it.
And I'm glad I was able to bring back happy memories.
Yeah, totally. This is what I
birthday.
play on every Christmas. I play this.
See?
Whoa.
And we're
All
bringing
right,
back
all right,
happy
all right.
memories.
All right. I will actually pull it up later so that it comes through the computer, because on my phone it's going to sound funky to the audience. But I
Okay.
swear to God, I don't know how you did that. I
Okay.
do not know how you did that.
I quite don't know either. I just know that we have met many times before, and we definitely have a good connection. But specifically, that song we did not discuss prior
No,
to this.
and I don't think I ever told you about John Anderson or Yes. So
I don't believe so. We've talked about like new age artists and stuff, but this is a new one to me. I'm just so glad I was able to make you happy on your birthday for this special.
Woohoo! Wow.
Sean, you are amazing.
It's crazy.
You just blew my mind. You totally
Yay.
blew my mind. Totally
Eh,
blew my mind.
That's what I do. It's what I do best. I appreciate
Well,
your support.
everybody, there you have it. Sean, any final words that you want to share?
Final words. Well, if there's anybody out there that's into Scott, are you familiar with NFTs by any chance?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but I do digital art. I do 3D design. And I think I mentioned that, designing things for props and other artists. I have a couple of NFT art pieces that I've just released.
Wow.
And I don't know how I can share that with you. I have the link.
I have it on my phone.
Let's see.
If
Because
you
I'd like
send the link to me and I'll pull it up in a moment. I had previously gone to your regular website, which is Sean J Magic.
Mhm.
So people can always find out about you there and sign up for your newsletter, right?
Yes. Here we go. Here, I pulled it up on my phone, and then I'll send a direct link. I've got
Okay.
here. I've got this piece of art called Here it is. Alien Meditation. Whoops. And it kind of is very timely, and the whole concept. The whole concept behind this was no matter, the whole last year was a whole mess. And if we have, balls of flaming fire and meteors and craters coming at us, if we have, you see the halo there, if we have a spiritual connection, all of this stuff won't even matter, and the alien it kind of represents spiritual people, us spiritual beings, often feel like we're aliens in a world full of just people that aren't woken up. And so that's kind of the whole meaning behind this piece. There's another piece on there, that was made using the Oculus Quest in VR. Here's the other guy. I'll just show really quick. It's like a Big Bird, this Rasta DJ called Big Bird Beats, and it's all original, designed from scratch. Oh yeah, and then here's the real thing that came out on my 3D printer. So
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Wow.
that's I'm taking imagination and turning it into reality. So I'm a magician in all ways. I figure, magician doesn't just mean sleight of hand and card tricks. It means transformation. It means, taking the abstract and making it concrete, and perhaps sharing your message with the world in a way that people will listen. So I do it through my art, whether it be performance art or NFT art. And so I'll drop a link to that.
Definitely send me the link, and later on in the show, I'll pull it up for people. Okay?
Wonderful. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Sean, you totally blew me away, as always. Much love, and thank you for bringing some true Sean J magic.
You got it, man. My pleasure.
God's blessings. Thank you, Sean.
Same to you. Have fun. You're in Hawaii right now, right, Maui?
I'm in Maui. We're in Maui. This is my good friend Couture, one of my oldest and dearest friends. So
she did a presentation, right? You do something with dolphins, right? I do remember.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you were probably on that show.
I think I was. Pardon my slipping of memory for exactly what you do, but I know it had a lot to do with like the wisdom and communicating with dolphins. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. Yes, I worked with Dr. John C. Lilly for a long, long time.
Charles C. Lilly, was he the guy that did the
John C. Lilly. He was
Chauncey.
John C. Lilly.
John C. Lilly. So was he the guy that did that famous dolphin human communication study?
That's right.
Oh,
they made a movie about him. They made two movies about him, actually. Altered States and the Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to move on. We've got Sean's mother. God bless you both. Thank you so much.
Come visit in Hawaii, both of you.
Yeah,
yes, please.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
The whole.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you. All right. It's time for some music. And we are so grateful that we've got the great, wonderful, dear friend, Johanna with us. And so I'm popping the spotlight on you, Johanna. Welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm so happy to be here again. This has been a long pandemic and we're still together. I'm so grateful that you're holding the torch here, Scott. You're keeping it going. Thank you. And all of our sponsors for continuing to give everyone a safe and great place to go and really look deep and find something new during this time. It's been really a powerful thing. I know everyone else is talking and I'm here to sing, so that's all I'm going to say. But happy birthday.
I always appreciate your wisdom because your consciousness is the consciousness of the awakening world. Your consciousness is the consciousness of the Global Peace Tribe. And that's why every song you sing is so resonant for our audience. So you're always welcome to share your wisdom. And actually, next year, I want there to be more interaction between the musicians and the presenters because the musicians are wise and some of the presenters can even sing. So, I will have it be a little bit more interactive, definitely.
That sounds great. I love being a part of all of it. As you know, I'm also a yoga teacher and I like to help people awaken parts of themselves through speaking as well as singing. So I am here with a special guest, though, Scott.
Who's that good-looking person behind you?
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This is Merry Christmas. I'm here with my father, George Beekman, also known as AKA DJ Geo in his ecstatic dance name. He's pretty cool. He's about the hippest older dude that I know other than you, Scott.
Well,
I'm not gonna age my dad just because he's a little older than you, and you're proud of your
Hey,
master
I'm
number.
66 today, so from
Yeah.
one older dude to another older dude, how blessed we are. Let's rock on.
More wisdom every year, right, everybody? Mystic Abbott's like, yeah, Jerry.
Thank you for what you're doing, Scott.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And
it's-
thank you for bringing your daughter into the world. Whenever I meet a parent of somebody that I honor, and I have such respect for Johanna, thank you. Whatever choices you made, whatever, raising another human being is one of the most important and difficult jobs on this planet. And so thank you for the choices you made, the influences you provided her, giving her the freedom when she needed freedom, giving her guidance when she needed guidance, because you did a heck of a job. She turned out pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
I can't say it was always easy on him. I'll spare you needing to say that, Dad.
I'm not saying anything.
And
Well,
that's why
thank
he's such a great dad.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for bringing her into the world so beautifully.
Mm.
All right, what you got for us?
Family affair. I'm going to share one of the songs that we wrote here for the Global Peace Tribe, my friend Valerie and I. She was going to come at the last minute. And when you open with those words, I just can't help but want to sing this song. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Now is the time we've been preparing for. So my co-write, Valerie Romanoff, sends her love with all of her grandchildren and children around her right now. She loves music so much she forgot about Christmas for a moment. So here we are holding up the torch for that. And then I'll sing one of my mantra songs later, and we'll pray for the light as we just had the solstice. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Wonderful. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Waiting, waiting. From the past to the present, I will be present every moment now. Try to turn back time, but I can't rewind when I'm present here in my heart. From the past to the present, I will be present in every moment now. I tried to turn back time, but I can't rewind when I'm present here in my heart. Yeah. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Now is the time. We are the changes. Slow down, rewinding. Great rearrangers. No separation, spirit and faith. Now is the time, here is the place. And here in the future we revisit the past. Wisdom of sages lighting the path. Darkness and fear disappear, fading fast. Through time and space, reunited at last. At last. Oh, oh. inspiration, spirit and faith. Now is the time and here is the place. From the future to illuminate the past, revealing ancient sacred way. If we open to it, let our light shine through it. Watch as fear and illusion fade. Oh, searching for what's already in our hands, finding the diamonds in the sand. Alternate dream, see the plan. We are one, we understand. Oh, we are the ones, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. Now is the time, yeah. Now is the time we've been preparing for. Oh, yeah. Now is the time. Now is the time, yeah. We've been preparing for, yeah, yeah. Now is the time. Now is the time we've been preparing for, yeah. We are the change and we are the changers. Slow down, rewind, the great rearrangers. No separation of spirit and faith. Now is the time and here is the place. Here in the future we visit the past. Wisdom of sages lighting the past. Darkness and fear disappear, fading fast. Through time and space reunited at last. At last. Reunited at last. Yeah, yeah. Now.
That was beautiful. It ended a little abruptly, but it was absolutely exquisite. I love that song. Wow. And it's so, it is the theme. It is, you just capture so beautifully. It's so wonderful to have your father accompanying you.
Well, I come by the musical gift and the spiritual practice naturally. I was blessed in the womb by Ram Dass, thanks to my parents being at a retreat early in his career, and many, many other things that led me to this path that brought me to you. So thanks, George Beekman, DJ Geo,
Thank you,
founder of
GKG.
Dance Planet here in Oregon.
So full circle, Ram Dass spent his final years
Right there in
living-
Maui, where you
not
are.
just in Maui, but in the same place where we are, same area where we are.
No way. That's
Yeah. And in fact, I'll have Katira tell the story. She just stepped out for a moment. She'll be back. She was with him as he passed. She was with him after he died. So there's a whole full circle. And Ram Dass and I created a camp together called Creating Our Future. So we're all part of this beautiful tribe. It's
I love
beautiful.
how small the world and is and has, as I grow into maturity, how I get to learn these stories and grow into my practice and into the teacher role. And thank you so much for spotlighting what we have to offer as artists coming up in this spiritual world, that we're trying to wake up the world, right? And we are waking up the
You're
world.
doing it. You do it.
One
And
song at a time. So thank
speaking of spotlighting the artists, just want to remind everybody about your website. By the way, Joanna's going to be back. She's going to do our closing song tonight. But all things Johanna live at johannasings.com, including your lullaby yoga. And I know that a lot of our people have loved your lullaby yoga. Tell us, anybody who doesn't know about it, tell us a little bit about what that is.
So lullaby yoga is a combination of restorative, gentle, and healing yoga that any body can do. Any physical frame can practice this kind of yoga. I sing soothing chants and rebalance the nervous system through sound, vibration, and meditation. while teaching a restorative yoga practice that anyone can do from just their home, their living room, or even, a hotel or where you are right now. Just from your little screen, you can practice with me and sing along these sacred chants, and it really works. So I healed myself after being hit by a drunk driver. Many, many, many other stories like that have come out of this practice, and I'm just so grateful to be a guide.
I'm grateful for you, Johanna. I'm grateful for you, George. We'll look forward to seeing you in about 1 hour.
Thank you so much, Scott. We'll be back.
All right. Hey, everybody. I want to talk for a moment about where we're going. This is the last Saturday Night Alive for a while. We did 90 straight shows. I did not miss a single Saturday night. And I want to acknowledge my partner, Deborah Giusti, who started and co-created this with me. And Deborah's going to provide a Christmas wish for us a little bit later on in the show. But even though Saturday Night Alive and Deborah are on hiatus for at least a few months, I am continuing, along with an amazing group of people like the people you're seeing tonight, to do shows every Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. And it's the Awakening World. That's what we're calling this new series of shows. Friday nights at 7:30 Pacific time, Saturday nights, same time as here, 6 o'clock, and Sunday mornings. And we're going to take a theme every week and tackle that theme and go deep with all of your favorite luminaries, Reverend Michael and Marianne and all the people that you love, and a lot of new people that I want for you to meet and to know. And so to tell you a little bit more about the Awakening World, here it is, first time seen publicly. Here's our promotional video for it. We chose the title of The Awakening World as a reminder that we all are waking up together as human beings and as a planet.
But the Course in Miracles says you can't go from the nightmare to awakening. You have to go from the bad dream to the happy dream.
A lot of people today, and we have to face this reality, are in complete despair and have given up. There's good and evil going on inside of us all the time, and we can't be in denial about either. We've got to pull out the good.
Peace does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but it rolls in on the backs and the minds of individuals who are doing the spiritual work.
If you actually care and your intention is to disrupt this, first you got to admit that it's happening, that it exists. It's happening.
We're in the process of awakening. The bad dream becomes a happy dream. A planet in which there is so much unnecessary suffering becomes a world in which there is no unnecessary suffering.
And so I think we're being prepared for a renaissance.
Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to celebrate the Awakening World and Scott Katimus's new formulation of his Wild and Holy Adventure beginning next year. Because it's my experience, and I know it's Scott's too, that in a dark time, what we all need more than oxygen is sacred inspiration.
We knew that this would be a show that everyone can connect with and everyone can relate to on some level. Yeah. Because when you really think about a teacher, yes, you can think about a persona or a personality, of course, but we're going to open this up to understand that everything is a teacher. Breath is a teacher.
To keep us alive to our true selves and energized by divine love and given the courage to put love into action to become midwives of this awakening world.
So join us for this extraordinary new series of shows designed to inspire, inform, and bring us all into connection together. Our revolving co-hosts include Kristen Hoffman, Larissa Stowe, Reverend Bridge Feltis, Dr. Brenda Wade, Eden Amadora, and my longtime teaching partner, Trish Wright.
Our guests on our first 4 shows include the Twin Ray, Matt Kahn, Pato and Antoinette, Chief Phil Lane Jr., Nina Palmieri, Sharif Abdullah, Keishi Chai, and Dawn Red Sun, and many, many others.
I can talk about trees till the cows come home, and they are my greatest love, along with the rest of the planet, frankly. But actually, what I really want to talk about is us. It's what it means to be human. You know, in this moment, you are being kissed all over by a sky that has no limit, but vast intelligence. So then, what's the possibility of humanity? We're not here to destroy ourselves. We're here to love ourselves and each other into the fullest expression of what a human being is. And we have no idea what that even means. And that's why I've got hope.
We can't get to the solution without knowing what the problem is. The significant problems we have cannot be solved with the same level of thinking with which we created them. Reducing the amount of carbon in the atmosphere is not a vision. It's not something I can get my mind around. Our emerging vision is creating a world that works for all.
Register now by going to globalpeacetribe.com. We are the Global Peace Tribe, and together with all of these extraordinary luminary leaders, we will go from surviving to thriving. So please register now at globalpeacetribe.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for watching, and thank you for becoming part of this incredible Global Peace Tribe. I also want to thank Alan and Son in Virtual World Studios to make that beautiful video for us. This is my good friend Magic Bernstein. And before I turn it over to Magic, I just want to let you know a little bit about the awakening world. We want to expand out, and I want to hear from you. So you'll notice when you go to the registration options that you can not only register for $35 for all 3 shows for all 3 months, but you could also register at a higher level. And at the higher levels, that lets you come in and start helping to produce these shows with us, to have your voice be heard. So as we grow, we want to hear from you. We want to include you. We want to make this more of a true family situation. Put it so we can see everybody here. There we go. Like we are right now. Here we're all cuddled up in Maui, right? And this is what it is. And I'm going to be traveling more. I'm going to be doing more shows from places where you all are. So let's continue to take this and evolve it. And it does require your support. Thank you so much for watching. Share it out. Please do register for the new season. And I want to hear from you. So with all of that, I'm going to turn it over to Greg Magic Bernstein. He's a longtime friend of mine and a brilliant, truly magical human being. He takes people on sacred voyages. We'll go to your website after you speak. And I'm eager to hear what you have to say about today, Christmas, and the awakening world.
Thank you, Scott. First, I just want to say, it's a real blessing for me to be on the show today with Raphael and Kutera, because I've been leading retreats in Hawaii, mystical shamanic retreats, since 1999. And about maybe 12, 13 years ago, I discovered their music and that song that they played earlier. And I've been playing that song on my retreats for the last 12, 14 years as a way to transmit the energy of love and awakening and shamanism and Hawaii. And people listen to that when we're out in our vehicles, driving out to sacred sites every day, and when we're having dinner. And so it's a real blessing to be here with you both. And I wanted to share that as I was listening earlier to Ava, and she was speaking about oneness, and I loved everything that she was saying and about Christ. And I wanted to go a little bit further into, what is this holiday, Christmas, about? And what was Christ really about? And how do we get to this place of oneness that Ava was speaking about? And for me, that path and what Christ was about, what he was the embodiment of, is unconditional love. And unconditional love is a love that most of us really haven't touched into much, because it's a love without borders. It's a love that doesn't draw distinctions. It doesn't say no to one thing and yes to another. It doesn't reject and judge. It welcomes everything. And the secret to us getting to a place where we can actually love our enemies, be with our enemies, allow them to be, as Ava was speaking to, is unconditionally loving what comes up inside of us when that occurs. To be with our discomfort, to be with our judgments. Now, how do we do that? That's the question. It's the real question, because if you listen to most psychologists or therapists or spiritual teachers, many of them will tell you that unconditional love is the answer. But how? How do we do that? And for me, it starts with really getting very, very present inside my own being with what's arising in me when I'm judging someone, when I'm upset with someone, when someone hurts me. Can I love that? Can I love that which I dislike? Can I love that I don't like within myself? Can I love the ways that I actually cause pain to others or myself? Can I love the times when I screw up, when I do something wrong, when I'm hurtful, when I'm jealous? All these different ways that we are all equally but differently imperfect. All human beings, all of us, have our imperfections, have our ways that we struggle and are challenged, and we have our pains and our fears and our doubts and our confusion. So what do we do with that? Most people divide themselves from that. They're trying to get away from it. They're trying to cope with it somehow, to separate it out, to do something that feels better. And that doesn't actually bring us into true peace within ourselves and with each other. So to get to that, we bring the energy of unconditional love, of accepting what's inside of us just like it is. It doesn't mean we like it. It doesn't mean we want it to be there. It doesn't mean that we are acquiescing to its continued existence. We're just waking up in reality. Reality is, I have these feelings in my body that are arising. That's what's real. If we want to wake up, we need to wake up in the present real moment of now, not the past, not the future, but right now. Can I be here? That means being with what is real. And Scott, I asked to tell you, I forgot to set a timer. So will you just give me a tap?
I will.
I'll
come on in.
Right. A little 30-second warning or something.
I'll come on in and roll this through.
Yeah, thanks. Being next to you is,
I know.
I'm usually
It's
in my own
different,
place.
but it's
Yeah, this is
kinda cool.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
So how do we do that? I just want to talk a little bit about how to do it, because a lot of times people talk about this stuff, but then they don't give you the nuts and bolts. Like,
Right.
What do you do? And so for me, my practice is to literally, when I'm feeling something that is separation from some part of myself that I don't like, or something out here that I don't like, then find it somatically inside my body. What does it feel like to be in fear, or to be confused, or to be hurting? And instead of trying to change that, can I bring my awareness more to it? Can I drop into it deeper? This is how I become intimate with myself. If I want to be intimate with others, if I want to have acceptance or peace with others, I've got to find it inside first. So to become intimate with me is to feel what's here. Oh, I've got, for me today, my heart has been hurting. My heart's been hurting. It's been suffering. I've had some pain. Someone did something to me that hurts, or at least I experienced it in a way that hurt. So I've been just putting my attention on my heart and on the sensations here, and just breathing into them and giving them permission, and just allowing them to be here. Not trying to change them, not trying to alter them, but just allowing their full presence. And that is a form of love.
Absolutely. Self-love.
Self-love.
And acceptance.
And acceptance. Like, a lot of people are saying, well, how do I love? How do I do this thing called unconditional love? And this is the first step. This is on the spectrum
Mhm.
of how to unconditionally love yourself. If you can just be fully with yourself without trying to change or alter what's there, you're loving yourself just as you are. Now, the interesting thing is when we do that, it does start to change.
Yeah.
Our emotional body, it has a way that it works. And the way it works is through presence.
Mhm.
If we're not present, we get emotionally constipated. We don't metabolize pain. So to metabolize pain, just like with when we eat food, if we want to digest that, we need to chew. We need to have saliva come out. We need to masticate the food. Then we need to swallow. Then we have digestive foods. There's a process.
Mhm.
And our unconscious does all of that. Like we don't really need to be controlling it with our thoughts. But in our modern world, thinking has taken over. It's taken charge of our lives. And thought is just one of our systems, like our digestive system, our endocrine system, our nervous system, our immune system. And they all run really, really well when we're in our body. Our body is our vehicle as a spiritual divine being here on earth. And when we're in it, everything runs really well. When we escape the body and go up into the mind, and we think about things, that is like escaping into your digestive system and just living there and trying to run your whole life from your digestive system. That doesn't work very well. So we get back in the body, and that immediately causes our emotions, our hurt, our pain to begin to get metabolized and to eventually empty out of us, heal old wounds, old trauma, things that happened in our earlier life, in our past lives. They all will start to heal and empty and teach us things. Just like when we eat food, we digest and we receive the nourishment of that food. We receive the nourishment of what's happened to us when we feel it. We get the lessons, we get the wisdom, we get the learning. And then we eliminate, just like the digestive system, what we don't need anymore and we're complete with because we got the lesson. But to get those lessons and then eliminate that, we must be fully present. And to be fully present, we just drop into feeling our emotions, our energy body, and or our physical body, and just be with it. Now, the mind typically comes in and says, but I have to be doing something. I've got to change something. I got to make something happen. And that thwarts the process. It's just patiently allowing whatever happens when we get present like that to happen, which can be memories coming up, past life memories coming up, this life memory, old hurt, old pain. Those things likely did not get metabolized, and now they arise to be metabolized.
And it's not a bad thing. You know, we are at time, but I'm going to riff and we're going to kind of
Give me
wrap.
1 second to conclude when you're ready.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Well, I just want to,
Yeah.
because what I'm hearing that I want to kind of riff on,
Yeah.
to kind of anchor in is it's all about presence and recognizing, okay, what do I need to do to be more present and using the body as a guide to be present. And certainly all of us have ways that we disassociate, ways that we distract ourselves, especially when there's something that is uncomfortable to look at, uncomfortable to feel, right? So learning to be with the discomfort and discover the treasures in the discomfort, right? And it seems to me interesting that in this pandemic time, so many of our distractions were taken away from us. And as a coach, so many people, everybody I know really, has kind of been forced to look at things that maybe they didn't want to look at, spend more time with things that they maybe were kind of avoiding, relationships, hard relationships that needed more time and energy. So just wanted to kind of bring that in, and then is that on?
I was totally on point.
Yeah.
I could have said all of that.
And
beautiful.
I was just channeling you.
Good job.
All right.
I still want to say one thing if I
You-
may,
you
just
got
to
it.
wrap it
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah, totally.
Well, one thing I want to say is that the times we're often afraid to go into our pain body and into our fears and into what's uncomfortable. I just want to share with everybody the most potent, powerful, embodied, vital moments of my life have been when I have actually gone right into the very thing that I have wanted to avoid, and it seems like it is the enemy, because I am the most present and alive when I go into that which I've been avoided. I'm the most integrated within myself. So circling back to Ava and her talk about oneness, a lot of people in the world talk about oneness, And often what they're really speaking about from my perspective is halfness. They want the light. They want the good vibrations, the good feelings, the happy times, and that's their idea of oneness. But oneness, we're all one. And if we want to experience that and embody that and then ascend this planet into all living that, that starts right here, right now. Can I be one with me? I have pain present. I have fear present. I have confusion, or I have love, I have light, I have all those things too. But can I be one with all of those things? So these feelings, these sensations in my body, the first step is to just be with them. The final step, and I caution this if you have trauma, because there's other nuances to this if there's trauma, but the final step is to become one with the sensations that are in your body, so that you are actually one with yourself, intimate with yourself, integrated with yourself. There isn't any separation anymore. Now you're one. And that is a powerful, extraordinary experience that then leads to the experience of seeing yourself in everyone else.
And it's a life journey, isn't it?
It's a total life journey, and seeing God in you, because God is one in everything, and seeing God in everyone else. And this is a life journey. There is no awakened, there is awakening.
Yeah. It's interesting on this day that we celebrate the birth of Christ. And to me, one of the greatest teachings is he's been crucified, tortured and crucified, which is a very horrific way to die. And on the cross, almost his last words are, "Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." Such profound acceptance and compassionate understanding for the very people that tortured and crucified him. And it's about the most powerful example I can imagine of what you're talking about, acceptance. I mean, none of us can imagine the physical agony he was in. And because it's just such an extremely painful way to die. And to be able to still pull it together, to be that present to what's happening, and that compassionate in his presence, and that profound acceptance.
That comes from unconditionally loving loss. When we resist loss, oftentimes we go into anger and judgment. When we love loss, we tend to cry and release it. That's why the Dalai Lama, when you see him interviewed and he's asked about the Chinese people taking his country, destroying his temples, killing his people, and he's had to leave and abandon his home, he loves the Chinese.
He prays equally.
And he prays. I've never seen him angry, never seen him express upset with them. I see him cry sometimes. Right? So this is the power of love.
It's the power of love. I have gone on journeys with this gentleman. He is amazing. And to learn more about what magic offers, go to his website, which is sacredvoyages.com. Sacredvoyages.com. And tell us about what you're offering these days.
Yeah, so these days I'm offering private intensive customized retreats where someone can bring a small group or a business or a family or a couple or an individual to Maui mostly, sometimes in other places around
Mount
the world.
Shasta.
Mount Shasta, Sedona, other places where there are vortexes or sacred sites. And particularly, I like to do the retreats in places where there are very specific vortexes. So here on Maui, we have vortexes that are about birthing things into the world. We have vortexes that are about death, which is the release of the old. It could be an egoic death, or it could be the death of a pattern or way of being. There's lots and lots of other kinds. So those are the kinds of places I like to do the retreats. I also do private coaching, and I do monthly webcasts, podcasts called Magic Talks. You can find out about that.
Yeah, if you go to the website. So look, go to the website right now. Go to sacredvoyages.com. Just put in your name and your email address, register, and you can get your archives, get some of your magic, and you've got a YouTube.
Yeah, there's
here.
like 30 talks, hour-long talks
Wow.
on subjects from timelessness and time travel to, really important subjects that are more practical in the real world, like how to be an empath. And, how to be in relationship and get the relationships that you want. There's many talks there. Now, I may end up going back to doing group retreats, which have been on hiatus from COVID. I do have one planned on Mount Shasta this coming June and on Maui in October. And you can find out about those on the website.
And I'll have you on the show between now and then.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you,
Thank
Scott.
you very much.
And happy birthday, brother. I love you.
Hey, I love you too. Hey, everybody, it is time for a message from Deborah Juicy. So thank you again, Magic. And I am going to share with you now a message from Deborah for all of us. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Yes, we pre-recorded this message.
Greetings, everyone. Happy holidays. I wanted to be with you here in spirit to wish you very happy holidays and an incredible, powerful, abundant, evolutionary, and very loving new year. And right now I'm spending time with my blood family, my mom, my sister, my brother, and their kids and their kids' kids. And it's very special because we haven't spent Christmas Day together in a long time because all the kids have grown up and have their own family. So this is a very special time for me to be with my close blood family. But I also wanted to be here with you because you are an important part of my family, the Global Peace Tribe family. And I want to let you know that I feel like we have bonded so deeply over the last year and a half at a deep soul level. And I believe that we have joined together because our soul sings a similar song, and we are soul connected on that level. We all value wisdom. We value Mama Gaia. We honor and care for all beings. We honor and love our incredible artists, the musicians, the speakers, and we value community connection. And most of all, we value love as our bottom line. So we are soul family. And it's been an amazing journey in the last year and a half. Producing 90 shows every single Saturday night has been a phenomenal creation. And it truly connected soul family all around the world. And it's not going to stop. Scott and I have been listening to our inner guidance, which I believe is the key to life in these days and to the success of growing and flowing with the Global Peace Tribe in 2022. And as you probably have heard, my inner guidance is to put a pause on Saturday Night Alive and work more on the core foundation of the Global Peace Tribe business so it can come back sustainably strong and flourishing again, and potentially in the spring of 2022. And I'm also going to rejuvenate myself as well as focus on other important projects that I have that will support the Global Peace Tribe organization. And I want to create special events like we've done, the intimate 2 hours with some of our most prominent and loved luminaries. And as you've probably heard, Scott feels called to offer the awakening world and continue being with you every Saturday night for the next 3 months. And that will be an amazing offering. And I hope to pop on occasionally. But know that I'm going to be behind the scenes supporting and working on things to continue everything forward strongly in 2022. So I'm here to give you such deep gratitude, and also gratitude to all the presenters, all the musicians, the entertainers, our incredible team, our co-hosts, and of course, Scott, for co-creating together as we have in such an amazing way. And love to everyone, especially during these times. And especially happy birthday to Scott. Much love.
Thank you, Deborah. We love her so much. And it's good that she's able to be with her family today. And I so appreciate, she and I almost every day would spend 1 to 2 hours a day on Zoom, figuring out who our guests were going to be, and a lot of structure, a lot of order. And I'm grateful for the new team coming on board to support me, and we need your support. So come on down, let us know how you can be involved. And again, just a reminder that we're going to be here still every Friday night and Saturday night with great guest hosts. Next week, it'll be Kristen Hoffman. The week after that, Larissa Stowe. The week after that, Brenda Wade and Reverend Bridge Feltus. The weekend after that is the Twin Rays and Eden Amadora, and so on and so forth. Really going to continue to bring you wonderful, amazing shows. All right, I get to introduce you to a remarkable musician, a remarkable human being. I'm going to bring my my computer over. This is a very different kind of a show that we're doing. Here is Raphael. And Raphael is, many of you may know him from the Music to Disappear in series. Absolutely internationally famous. And Raphael, what do you got for us today? Tell us about yourself.
Great. Well, some composers are supposed to go to other dimensions, hear the music, and bring it down to earth. Like, for example, George Frederick Handel in Hallelujah, Messiah. Most people agree that his music has an angelic quality to it. Well, I had my first near-death experience at the age of 5, and I've been traveling around a lot. And so I'm going to play a piece from you on Music Disappearing 2 called Heaven. And you'll notice that in heaven, one note can carry the power of a Beethoven symphony. So you'll hear in heaven, there's lots of long note ways. You'll hear the difference. So this is what I hear.
you so much. Raphael, before we leave, tell us about what it's like for you as you bring that music in. What's your experience?
Well, it's ecstasy. First of all, it is like he was talking about unconditional love. And it's an acceptance that you're not just the body, you're the universe. You are the planets. You are the everything. And there's that oneness. He was talking about oneness with the body and the pain, but you're also one with the universe. Right. And it's kind of fun. Like sometimes when I'm talking to my wife, or I'm with my wife, I don't see her as a separate being. She's me. I have to sometimes remember that we're two separate beings. But it's an ecstasy of oneness, as we've seen all over everywhere else tonight.
Beautiful.
And also I would say that you have to really accept, take what you get. When you go into a meditation and you're wanting to like talk to Jesus or talk something, the secret is take what you get, ask and receive. But it's usually that first thing that comes. And if you don't catch it at the beginning, then you didn't receive it. And humbleness is the other word for it. Ah,
Thank you. I love you so much. All right. We will now come back to our little home here. And I'm going to bring on a couple of other friends from Maui. And again, you know, just like when we first started Saturday Night Live, we tried new things. We're trying something new, which is having lots of friends coming in from locally. And I hope Joan and Tomas are with us. Hey, there's John Raymer and Paul Draper. So we're going to see them in a moment. There's even a rumor that we might see Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. So there's some pretty special things planned. But I want to put the spotlight on Joan and Tomas. And Katira, would you be willing to introduce your friends to us, please?
Oh my, it's my honor. So first of all, they are my best friends, not just my friends like you. And John and Tomas are really a very integral part of our community here of building connection, and their training programs among the young people, of guiding them wisely into the world of conscious loving is amazing. And I can truly call them people who have helped me in my life. And we have gone deep places, you know. And I would say you are in for a treat of meeting two extraordinary guides and the path of exploring your inner wisdom and expanding your consciousness, right?
Joan and Tomas, thank you for joining us, and just would love to get a little homeopathic dose of your medicine.
It's such a treat to be here, Scott, and such a treat to be here with you, Katira, as well, and with this Maui family that we have co-created. And what a blessing. And happy birthday, Scott. It was so sweet to be with you last night and today in person, and really to feel your heart again and to really feel the medicine that you bring. It's so, so beautiful. Thank you.
Aloha. Thank you so much. Both of you are just such luminous people in our minds. Scott, I have such admiration for your capacity to hold so many things and do such a great job. I certainly wish you and the gang the best of fortuitous luck, if there's such a thing, for all of the goodwill and good energy you put into this endeavor, for sure.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, so there's a new story coming at us. You know, I guess we probably should go for 2, 3, 4 minutes. We just wanted to support the cause because we're all in it together. We know this. Mm-hmm. And we're all in it in different places because we bring all of our personal histories with us to this now. And this new story that's emerging, oh my goodness, it's the story of us. And it's got an open-ended possibility, you know, this place that we're going to. We don't have anything of concrete awareness to measure it with, because those of us that are saying, make me one with everything, are going to get it right now, because we get a chance right now to to expand to the limits of our potential. And we are nothing but divine potential. That's the thing that we have to break through, cruise through, flow through in these mortal beings, these embodied souls that we have. And now that the perimeters are being challenged, we really are being beckoned, those of us that have done our work, to show up and continue to do it and share with others what works, bringing us into the embodied heart of life.
Yeah, and I think that just what you said about the presence is the most important thing for me anyway, is just to stay present to my inner guidance and stay present to whatever is going on outside of me so that I can see what's needed. You know, what do I need personally? What's guiding me? And also, what do the people around me need? Because I feel so even more deeply connected to community than ever because of the lack of being able to connect as much to community over these last couple of years. And so it's really important. I see how important community is and how committed I am to my community and to those that I love. And I think that, you know, this whole time has been extremely beneficial, at least for me personally and for the people around me and the people that I counsel, because I really see that we're all recognizing on a deeper level the importance of every moment that we have in this world to give all that we have to give in every moment, because this is it, you know, and until the next time we come around. But I'm so grateful to be here.
Yes, and it really is a world of loving presence. And guess what? We all belong here. It doesn't really matter what our situation is, that, you know, as Reverend Beckwith said so beautifully earlier in your interview, this slingshot effect of anything that's resisting the nurturance and the calibration of life is building up a charge, you know, and we are rapidly changing at times into new paradigms of concepts and understanding who we are as human beings. And what does this transition from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age really mean? And what does it really look like? Well, we're looking through, we still have 100 years to go before Aquarian really takes root in the culture and we start to move towards initiation. It's going to take a little bit of time. But we have a chance to be the seed group that really, we are the warriors on the ground that are doing the work of doing what we can to not resist too much, because it's our job, as Magic so aptly put it out there, that it's our job to love everything, especially what's within us. And those of us that are doing practices that bring our life energy into coherence, I think are going to be well utilized in the near future. I know we are. We're helping people come into heart coherence and embodied coherence all the time, because this is our body soul and it deserves our love.
Yeah.
Joan and Tomas, I so appreciate you both. And I want to have you on like one of my shows where we can really go in depth, because you have so much wisdom. I want to introduce you. I don't know if you know John Raymer, but you know, you were talking, Joan, about community building. So community builders, Joan and Tomas, let me introduce you to another amazing community builder. This is John Raymer. So from Maui, we go to the Pacific Northwest. John is who, along with his partner Summer, created the SINE Network, SINE. And right now we're being seen on about 100 Facebook groups and pages because of the SINE Network. So welcome, John, and Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Wow. Thank you, dear brother. So nice to meet you and be a part of this. Summer was making a wave in support of you, Scott, and she said, it's your birthday.
That's right.
I said, okay, wait a minute. I got to get up off my butt and make my voice heard here, because you have given so much to so many of us. And I'm sure this has been said already, but I just came for my own selfish need to tell you how much I love you and appreciate you, and understand from my own experience what it takes to do what you've done. You and Deborah have done, but what you do in addition to what you've done here on Saturday Night Live and what's now the Awakening World, Working Planet, right? What is it? Let me make sure.
Awakening World.
The Awakening World. Okay, good. I got to wake up a little bit more to. But it really is an extraordinary time. And it's really calling for us to evolve together And
Well,
you
John, I
really
appreciate
that
all
way.
you're doing. Can you tell people briefly, tell people a little bit about the Sign Network and the work that you're doing?
Well, the way to say that is really to tell you that so many of the members of this alliance have been on your show, whether it's Chief Phil Lane, Kristen Hoffman, David Gershon, Steve Farrell, Connie and Andrew, Rick Olfick, Ben Bowler. So a bunch of us, let's call ourselves these wayfinders. We're trying to find our way between a world that's no longer and a world that's not yet. And it's up to us in an incredible, this great pause, perhaps, is the gift that we've all been dreaming about. So we came together, and Brother Phil, for years, we met many years ago, shared with me these guiding principles. Indigenous, for 50 years, led by Brother Phil and others, simply stated the idea of starting from within, working in a circle, in a sacred manner. We heal and develop ourselves, our relationships in the world. And frankly, you know, I started the Compassion Games, and it was a wonderful thing, and I'm grateful for all the things, but I saw how challenged we are to really work together. Phil has the phrase, unprecedented unified action. So in this Sign network, we are trusting each other. And it's not easy to be an admin on 250, 300 Facebook pages. Just think about when I say to you, hey, let me be an admin on your page, right? There has to be real trust. And with that trust, together, we can do amazing things. So in Sign, we say, in Sign, we spruce, speak your truth with love and compassion. And when a member goes live, we could turn that live stream into a wave by automatically sharing it on many members' pages. And it's just one expression of what we're capable of doing together.
Yeah, it's a really wonderful thing you've created. So for those of you who have Facebook groups and pages and are doing events of any sort, connect with John, become a part of the Sign Network, join his Patreon page. That's what I do. Let's support. We all got to support each other. And John, I so respect
Well, thanks. You know, there you are again. You can't help yourself, huh? I'm trying to just put the light on you and all the.
No. I've got so much light on me that I'm sunburned today, pal. I'm sunburned from all the light.
Yeah. Well, what happened during World Unity Week? I mean, we reached over 70 million people, but I had this experience that was transcribed afterwards. And the first words I said was magic canoe, moving between worlds. Lots of room, everybody's welcome, here to serve our journey home. So we're all paddling and publishing together, figuring out what that means and how we make it from a world, like I said, that's no longer to a world that's not yet. So find out about Sign. I'd love you to check it out. It's an alliance of social innovators that are committed to behavior change at scale through collaborative learning and innovation and unprecedented unified action. And it's SINE.network, Sign Network. But thank you for that, Scott. But nevertheless, I came here just to remind you about the difference that it makes. I know the effort it takes, the joy that comes from that kind of selfless service. Thanks for leading the way, brother. Thanks for giving so much to so many of us at this time.
Thank you.
Our hearts warm.
And please put into the chat box your link. And Joan and Tomas, people are asking for your link, how to reach you. So please, everybody, John, Joan, Tomas, put your links in. Couture, somebody was asking earlier how to find out about your work with the dolphins. So we got to put that link in. So while people are putting in links, I want everybody else to stay glued because we are about to have some magic. I'm so grateful that very spontaneously, Paul Draper agreed to drop in and wish us with some Christmas cheer. And of course, Paul is one of our absolute favorite entertainers.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, Paul.
Hey, Merry Christmas! Happy Hanukkah a few weeks ago. Good to see you. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! You gotta understand, you can't have a magician know what your birthday is and then not want to wish you happy birthday. Just because today's your birthday, I made sure I made cupcakes. We have cupcakes. Just in case you're not a fan of cupcakes, we can always take a crumb off of that and make a slice of chocolate cake. Just joking. You know, one of the things I love is I love learning from you and from your friends about so many things. I took this index card. I wrote down some of the things you talk about here. Universe One, a higher level, divine healing. But really, today's all about happy birthday, Scott. That's what it's about. Happy birthday, Scott. So it's so good to be here on your birthday, but it's also Christmas birthday. You have a Christmas birthday. So now I see in where you are, there isn't a lot of snow. Right now, I find myself in Salt Lake City, Utah, greatest snow on earth. So I have some pictures here. Some pictures, hard to tell. That's a reindeer in a snowstorm. That's right. You have a reindeer in a snowstorm. We have a Frosty the Snowman in a snowstorm. You get the picture. All of these different whiteout pictures right there. But what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that in all these whiteouts, suddenly we have the magical elf himself. I know the real one might show up later, but here we go. Just there, out of our Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of story, there he appears, the most magical creature of all. Whoop, not that one. There he is, Santa Claus, with the hat and all. See, he has the hat. That's adorable. So I like, it's been so nice getting to come to all of these Saturday Night Alives with you to make a little magic and make sure we all have a ball. So thank you for letting me come and to share even on your birthday. One that I've shared before, but I want to share again is we got to make sure if you didn't do it last night, you got to feed those magical beings. You got to feed them either by putting a little cornmeal next to your Hopi Kachina, putting out cookies for Santa Claus, giving your heart and soul to the gods, whatever it is. We have to make sure to feed them and feed ourselves. Here I have a couple little Oreo cookies. I want everyone to help me. We got single stuff Oreos. Concentrate on them. Wiggle your fingers. We're going to make them triple stuff. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What? Quadruple stuffed cookies. Oh, it's so good. And what's fun is whenever you put out cookies for Santa or for anybody, don't worry. You can always take a bite, taste it, chew a little, and make it magically whole again. So I'd like to share one more piece with you, if I may, a little song from my favorite Christmas movie from my childhood. It was not a Christmas movie, but it always came on around Christmas time. This is one I've shared with you before, but since we always do song and magic, I'll do it again. This is a couple of hoops of steel with a show that always came on around Christmas time when I was little. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Sure. As you can see, I'm in my own little candy factory, my little Ruskin and Basque set right here. I've just really enjoyed going to Target and Michael's. There we go. 2 hoops of steel, solid hoops of steel. You never see them this close or all the way around. Anyone with a magical ear can hear those ring like a chime. And it sounds like this. The original song was, "Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What you'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free, if you truly wish to be. Now I'll end real quick. I can sing you happy birthday in English, Hebrew, Spanish, Japanese, or Italian. Which can I do?
Italian.
Italian. Tanti auguriate, tanti auguriate, tanti auguri, signore Scott, tanti auguriate. Happy birthday to you, and thanks for letting me be the magician on your birthday.
Oh, Paul, I love you so much. And I want to let everybody know two things about Paul. One, every day he provides a free magic show for somebody. It might be a senior citizen home, an elementary school. You are one of the most generous human beings. And I know a lot of people who are one of the most generous human beings in it, Paul. And so, again, it's always important for us all, the way he's supporting me today by coming on spontaneously, doing this amazing magic. What did you think it was?
Amazing.
Magic.
Paul, this is Couture. Couture, this is Paul.
Couture, nice to meet you. I've enjoyed you talking so much about imaginal cells that I even went out and got a butterfly puppet. I don't know what to do with him yet, but I have him.
Bring him to me.
You just got an invitation to Maui, Paul.
Yeah.
My last time there was my friend Bert Sperber and Jack Kent Tiller lived just down the street from you. So anyway.
And everybody, you know what? Paul Draper's website, if you want something really special, imagine having Paul come in online to do magic for whatever it is, your conference.
PaulDraper.com.
Yeah, PaulDraper.com. There it is. And Paul, you really are one of the great joys of Saturday Night Live has been your magic. I turn into a 10-year-old boy every time I watch.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Happy birthday to you. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye. Oh, what a nice.
Isn't he wonderful?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Woo.
Yeah.
What a show.
Well, our friend Emerald is going to come on at some point. Now, there's a rumor that we might even get a visit from Santa Claus. So, we're going to see if Santa shows up, if Santa turns on his camera. But while we're waiting, I want to play. Wait a minute. What's that sound?
Is this the right place? Is Scotty there?
Oh my God, look who's there.
Hello, Scotty. Where are you? Are you in this little box somewhere? There he is.
Santa, hello.
Hello, Scotty. So good to see you.
Santa, I am so great. I know you've been very, very busy. Have you pretty well wrapped up? Or have you done
yes. When you control time, it's quite easy. But yes. I worked so hard. So hard last night. Thank you for all the cookies. Even the triple stuff one. Oh, that was good.
Did you liked Paul's cookie?
Paul's cookies. Me like it.
Oh, well, Santa, it is such an honor to have you with us. And you kind of made my night that you'd be able to join us. And here we are in Maui. Now, do you go to Maui when you're making your round?
Oh, yes. That's how Santa got a sunburn. I guess you know that one, right? Santa got a sunburn. Santa got a sunburn. That's why he's all red. That's because I go to Hawaii. I do that ukulele dancing stuff with my little one-piece Santa suit on. Oh, it's a good time. But the hardest part about Christmas, deciding what to be more excited about, Christmas or Scott's birthday. Happy birthday, Scott.
Oh, well, thank you. Now, Santa, not only do we get Santa, but there's somebody very special that's also with us. Who do we got here, Santa?
Well, I brought my sweetie with me, Mrs. Claus herself. Oh, Mother Christmas. Oh, there she is.
Hello, Mother.
Hello, sweetie. Good to see you. Even though you're just in the next room, we'll pretend we're far apart, okay?
Now, what's it like for you, Mrs. Claus, to, how's this time of year for you?
Oh, well, first off, as Santa's biggest fan and most beloved partner, I'm overwhelmed with the elves The sugar plum fairies slapped me in the face and I can't find the Christmas balls. Can you see where the Christmas balls went?
No.
Here, Christmas balls, Christmas balls. Maybe that magician took them.
My antlers.
They're hanging on their antlers.
That's right. They're hanging on the antler.
Yeah, Mrs. Santa Claus.
She'd forget her Santa if it wasn't attached to her.
That's not true, but I have lost the lollipops. Do you know where the lollipops went, Santa?
This you should know. It just looks good.
Yeah.
I'm giving you.
Well,
Look
I don't think I'm supposed to look down there during the
Oh,
show, but
I think we ought to let Santa Peter.
I put them in my cleavage for safekeeping. One for you and one for me, Santa.
oh, she teaches me all these great things. She tells me she went to this Love Academy thing and she learned all this stuff about love. I gotta try that thing sometime.
Oh, beautiful. Now, Santa Peter, I know that you've got a very special relationship with our good friend Peter Melton, and Peter wrote a book. Can you tell us a little bit about that book that Peter wrote?
You know that guy?
Yeah. He's a busy guy, though. I try to get him on my show. He's always too busy to be on the show.
That guy. Well, yeah, quite an interesting thing happened the other day. I was just minding my own business, and this Peter guy calls up and says he wants to talk to God and Santa Claus and figure out this Christmas thing. And he was just this 10-year-old little boy, but I couldn't resist. So me and God, we hung out with Peter for a little bit, and then we gave him permission, so I don't have to sue him, but he put together a little book. It's called The Christmas Presents, Santa, God, and Me. And he wrote down our conversation, like verbatim and stuff, right there in the book. It was a jolly, playful time we had. The young lad was trying to figure out why Christmas is so confusing. And God and me, we answered some questions. We gave him some clues, because there's some important clues, you know, about Christmas and God and all those things tying together. And when he learned about those, oh my goodness, he lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh, that was a fun one. Yeah, terrific book if you're into God or Santa or Christmas or delightful conversation.
And how do people get the book, Santa?
Oh, I guess they got to track that Peter Melton guy down there somewhere. I guess maybe we'll get his email in the.
Let's get his email into the chat box, all right?
Into the chat. They could send him a note. I know he got the thing on video already. I think it went direct to the theaters or something. I don't know, but there's a book and a video. I don't know. The guy's kind of crazy, but I love him.
Hey, Mrs. Claus, I'm going to go to you for a moment because I understand that you have a twin sister who's going to be with us next week and is going to do a very special reading. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, my twin sister is going to talk about the magic of what 2022 is going to bring. Her name is Guinevere. She's quite a lovely clairvoyant and ceremonialist, and we hang out and do ceremony all the time when I'm not trying to round up elves. You know how it goes.
Yes, those pesky elves.
They can be a handful. I tell you right now, putting balls on my antlers. What are they trying to tell me?
Well, at least they're looking for your balls instead of. No, I'm not going to go there.
I was looking for someone's balls earlier, but he was busy flying around with reindeer.
Yeah, but you know what? Now I know why Santa's able to do it, because he's got such a gorgeous Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Mrs. Claus is kind of hot. So Santa.
I'll say behind every jolly man is a beautiful hot woman. I'll tell you that.
That's right. Well, I'm going to let you get your claws into each other. And thank you both so much. Santa, love you. Hopefully,
can I share with you what Santa got me for Christmas? Because it's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay, thank you, Scott. So Santa got me something very special because he knows one of my other sisters. There's a reason why Claus and I love the red, okay? Some people know about red Tara. If you know about red Tara, then you know about Kali. So Santa this year got me my very own Kali corn. It's a unicorn that's a Kali at the same time. She's hangs out and really cool arms.
What do you think of that?
A collie unicorn. That's the first one I just saw. Wow.
So sweet. And you know what collie corn does at Christmas?
No.
Collie corn removes anything that darkens your love. This is how we met each other at the Soul of the Love Academy with Scott. Because I was looking for love because I reached my more silver years. And then I found Santa, and then Santa gave me a collie corn.
I want one too.
She wants a collie corn. There you go. Well, I think collie corns are going to become very, very popular now after that little promotion.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Maybe Santa is still online. Santa, can you drop by in Maui with a Santa unicorn? I want one.
Oh, you got a big order for those collie unicorns already. Yes, we're working on it. We'll be sure to get some to Maui. Meli Kalikiaki.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Santa. Thank you, Mrs. Claus, and we'll look forward to seeing your soul sister Guinevere next week.
Happy birthday, Scott. And I'm going to bring you up with some sacred bells because me and Santa love our bells.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Many blessings, Mr. Scotty.
Bye-bye, beautiful. Mwah.
Thank you both so much. Thank you. Oh, wow. What an amazing show it's been, huh? Magic and Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I want to just remind everybody that there's still more of the after show that Jay and Jan have been putting together. It's going to be pretty cool. And here's a little video teaser for it.
Do you really know how the wind will blow? Are you ready to flow? The after show. Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know how it's gonna go? How it's gonna go? We got seeds to sow. Seeds to sow. The after show. The after show.
So it's going to be a really fun after show, and we're looking forward to what Jay and Jan have to offer. Kutera.
Yes.
Share with us a little bit. You were whispering into my ear what you want to talk about.
Oh, yes. I was just thinking, like of having you all out there to let you know that we have a really beautiful place where you all could come and visit. But mostly I wanted to share with you that we have a program here for younger and actually anybody, it's no age attached, who would like to come and volunteer for 3 months and learn about sustainability, living off the grid, how creating food forests, and also learning from Raphael and myself, our teachings. And if you are interested, wherever you are in the world, you can send us an email at volunteering@Kahua Institute and request an application. And so I just wanted to bring that out there into the world, that we are here to like to expand our community with like-minded people. And I would say those people who watch your show, they will fit in here perfectly.
I've been coming here for many, many years. I've watched it grow from there was a time when she had bought the land and we stood up top and she showed me from Point Surrender, and what she's created has been amazing. And every time I come here, there's something new. And I've gotten to know a lot of the people who work here, and they're always amazing people going through life transitions, leaving one world, and this is a good stop in between worlds. And it's always beautiful people, heartfelt people working on the land. This is the most beautiful place on the planet that I've ever discovered. I've been here for 10 days and I didn't want to leave Waylo, like this part of Maui. It's
Yeah,
just,
we can keep them here. How about that? And then you have all the times to show from here. That would work perfectly.
there we go. Well, we got to get my dogs over here then.
Yeah, and we're going to put in the chat room Dance of Earth and Spirit. It's a beautiful video documentary where you actually see the land raw and how it evolved into what it is now. And so you may enjoy that. All the music is done by Raphael and myself. So please, we're going to type that in.
Yeah,
there,
we'll put that in the chat box during Johanna's song. We're going to close with the song from Johanna. I do want to remind everybody that tomorrow I do have my Sacred Sunday show, and kind of in the spirit of birthdays, I've invited my another longtime friend, soul sister Celestine Starr is going to be my guest. Celestine's birthday was December 24th, yesterday. And she is a very tapped in galactic soul sister. And she, like Raphael, like some of the people you've seen on our show, is very capable of connecting to other realms. And so she's going to talk a lot about what's really going on with our star family, with the galactic family, how that relates to our awakening Earth. So that's tomorrow morning. And if you haven't been to the Sacred Sunday show, come and join us. It's a wonderful way to really go deep. We always see a deep conversation, and we include the people that come into our Zoom room. So if you go to globalpeacetribe.com, you can register. And of course, a lot of you have already registered. For those of you who have registered in the past, tomorrow it's the same link as it's always been. But then after tomorrow, everybody needs to register for the new links that starts January 1st. Saturday Night Live. Next is transitioning to the awakening world. So all new links. So you got to register. Go to globalpeacetribe.com and register for all the new links. All right. We are going to turn it over to Johanna, who's going to give us a closing song, and then it's time for the after show. Johanna, welcome back. Good to see you and your dad.
Great to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Oh man, Santa baby, those guys are getting crazy out here tonight.
That was fun, wasn't it? Magic and Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Collie? I mean,
Collie, yeah.
I mean, that was a new collie to me. I'm into it. I'm into it. Jai Kali Ma, Jai Kali Ma. So we're going to actually sing a chant now that's traditionally a chant that we might sing at the end of a kirtan or a bhakti yoga practice, which is the devotional form of yoga in Hinduism. So we're singing, I mean, we were talking about Ram Dass. I'm talking to the choir. So we can sing our prayers as we end our night together. Oh, you all look so cozy here. I'm so grateful to close with a prayer for the light.
And Johanna, if you can just make sure we finish by 8:29 so that at 8:30 I can turn it over to Jay.
That should be fine. I'm going to do about 5 minutes here and then fade out.
All right. Thank you so much.
So this is a traditional chant, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. And then I'm going to sing a couple of other chants, calling in the light, Asato Ma, which is traditionally chanted at the solstice. And we just went through that transition, that portal. And then Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere have happiness and freedom from suffering. And may that freedom and happiness start right here with this chanting and this practice together. This is off of my Heartbeats One album. You can follow me on Spotify, and I'll see you soon. Whoop, wrong song. If anyone's in LA at New Year's, come and find me. We'll have a few events. Benji Wertheimer is playing a beautiful instrument called the Esraj on this. It's not a violin, it's a beautiful Indian instrument. You can hear it all right? Yeah? Good. And then this is an African thumb harp that George is playing over here. Close your eyes, maybe take a deep breath in and exhale. You've arrived in your prayer. Peace surrounding those who are suffering. Sending some love to those who are alone on this holiday. You're never alone. These prayers are going to reach you. Let's sing Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Om, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Sing Om Shanti, Shanti. Sing it for the world. Om Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our souls, peace, may the whole world know. Oh, peace, peace, Om Shanti Om.
Oh, Johanna, I am so grateful for you and your presence in our world and on these shows. And I certainly look forward to hopefully having you on the Awakening World frequently. Thank you again to your wonderful father for bringing you into this world and doing such a wonderful job of bringing you and helping you to become who you are. And just to remind everybody, go to Johanna Sings if you haven't done that already. Johanna Sings is where she has so many amazing things, music, her Heartsbeat One, you've heard that song on our show before, her Mantra Soul and Mantra Sangha, which I adore. I love the Mantra Sangha.
Yeah, and I have a few more albums that I'm working on. My producer, Ben Leinbach, and I are putting together an album of yoga music that we're putting out this year, 2022, and we're going to be doing the whole Grammy thing, maybe, trying to do the real right thing with my record label. And so just stay tuned. He has such amazing music with Jayut Hall and so many other incredible artists. And I look forward to seeing you at Lullaby Yoga online at 5 days to come home to you. johannasings.com/5days.
Thank you so much,
Happy
Johanna.
birthday.
Thank you. Much love to you. Stick around. We've got a great after show. It's gonna
I saw my friend Missy Galore pop in.
Yeah,
What's
Missy
going
Galore.
on? We have all the same friends all over the world. Scott and I have never met in person, everybody. 2
Well, stick
years of
around.
hanging out.
You're about to get some Missy Galore and a whole lot more.
Ooh, can't
Let's
wait.
Ho, ho, ho. Hey, thank you for watching tonight's show. And I want to thank all of the people that make this show happen. Our presenters, the performers, and our incredible staff. And most of all, you, the Global Peace Tribe. So thanks for watching. And we have a great after show